going to be doing some book recommendations for you guys. How this is going to work is I'm going to hold up a book and say, if you like this book, then you're going to like this book. Recently, I discovered that this is actually a book tag, but I decided that since I'm new to BookTube, I'm just gonna do it because it seems like fun, and I really enjoy recommending books that are not as popular but are still just as good as the ones that are. With that being said, let's get on to the book recommending. So if you liked The Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare, then you are going to love Legacy of the Clockwork Key by Kristen Bailey. When reading this book, I was really reminded of The Infernal Devices because it takes place in Victorian London in the late 1800s, and there's also clockwork creatures in both of these novels. In Legacy of the Clockwork Key, a girl named Meg, her parents just died in a fire, and the only thing she has left is a locket. And she is eventually forced to become a housemaid in the manor of her parents' old friend, and there she discovers that her locket is actually a key that unlocks this secret society that has created these clockwork creatures, and she has to follow like a series of clues and secrets in order to unlock all of them. And while reading this, I just got like a sense of, this is really similar to The Infernal Devices, like in a good way though. I really liked the plot. It was fast-paced. The romance in it was so good as well. And the guy's name in this book is actually Will as well, like in The Infernal Devices. And overall, this is just like a really good book. I highly recommend you guys read it. Next, if you loved Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, then you are going to absolutely adore Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. This, along with Fangirl, are two of my most favorite books. Like in Fangirl, there's a lot of like dealing with new situations. Like in Fangirl, Kath is going off to college for the first time. Like in this book, Anna is being sent abroad to Paris. There she meets a lot of cool people and a guy, including a guy named Etienne St. Clair, who becomes her best friend and maybe even something more. Just read this book. Like, if you see this book anywhere, just like grab it. Like just, oh, this book is so good that I actually, right after I read it for the first time, I decided to pick it up again because I wasn't ready to leave the characters and the story, and just, this book is bae. It's bae. And the next book I have is Sweet Evil by Wendy Higgins, and if you like this book, then you're going to love White Hat Kiss by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This book did something to me. Like, this book is, I say this about like all of the books I'm recommending to you guys because it's so true though. This is one of my favorite books ever. All of Jennifer L. Armentrout's books are just so good. Like in Sweet Evil, there's kind of like fallen angels and like their offspring, and in White Hot Kiss, it's about a girl named Layla who is half demon and half gargoyle. And these gargoyles, they rid the earth of demons, and so she kind of like lives with them and helps them take down demons. And she's crushing on this guy named Zane. Oh, Zane! But the only problem is he is also a gargoyle, and since she's half demon, she can't really be with any of the gargoyles. And this problem is pretty much solved when she meets the demon Roth. And Roth tells her that she has to stop like working for the gargoyles because she's in danger. And it's just an all-around like good, fast-paced book. Like literally on the first page there's like action, and just this book is like so good. You guys have to read it. The next book is Born at Midnight by C.C. Hunter, and if you like this book, then you're going to love The Nightmare Affair by Mindy Arnott. I currently do not have the physical copy of this book. I have it in ebooks, and all three books I have in ebooks, and that series is so good. It's about a girl named Dusty who is a nightmare, and that means she has to actually like feed from people's dreams, if that makes sense, to survive. And like in this book, they go to school with other like creatures of like magic kind, as they're called in that book. There's like mermaids, fairies, nightmares like she is. I think there's some vampires in there, there's some werewolves. Like in Born at Midnight, where there's like a summer camp of like special kids who go there because they are not human, basically, and so I just really got a sense of this book while I was reading A Nightmare Affair. If you haven't read either of them, then I suggest you do. Lastly, if you liked Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead, City of Bones by Cassandra Clare, and The Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan? I don't know how to pronounce his name, I'm sorry. You are going to absolutely love Halfblood by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This book is so good. I'm currently reading it right now, but I thought I would include this in the video because it's just that good of a book. Anything, like I said before, by Jennifer L. Armentrout is so good. Her writing is amazing. Like, they're like all of her books are in like my top like favorite books ever. This book is actually like a combination of the other three books because like in Vampire Academy, there's kind of like training school that these students go to train to fight demons, which brings in the aspect of the mortal instruments, and they kind of like descend from gods as well, so that's like the Percy Jackson. Though this book looks tiny, it's tiny. Like when I first saw it, I was like, oh, why is it so tiny? Like I like thick books. Like I was like, why couldn't you be thicker? There are other books, it's okay. There's more in this series, I'm getting there. In this book there are Pures and Half-Bloods who come from the gods, but they don't want them intermixing, so it's kind of like Half-Bloods are kind of like the lesser of the Pures, and so they're good for like fighting and protecting them, but they're not really good for like actually like falling in love with, and so they either have to fight and protect the earth from demons or basically become slaves in the households of Pures. The story starts off with Alex's mom's dying, and so she has to return to the Covenant, where she is then kind of thrown back into the world that she left, and she has to get back into fighting shape to become a guard or a sentinel to protect her world. Jennifer L. Armentrout's books are so good, and I definitely would recommend reading this book and any other Jennifer L. Armentrout's books. And that is it for today's book recommendation video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I did because I just love, as I said before, recommending books to people that aren't as well known as some others but are definitely just as good. I love all of these that I recommended to you guys, and I will be linking them all in the description box below if you want to check them out. And that is it. See you guys next time. Bye! Oh my god, I just dropped my kiss! I feel so sad. Oh, now I have to go bring a book back from the dead. Is it okay? It's okay. It's a paperback, it's okay. I'm sorry, White Hot Kiss. I'm sorry. I'll never drop you again.